Blue Lock Chapter 307 has just released. Isagi is in Spain. We get introduced to another new Gen 11 player, as well as the long-awaited return of a certain fan favorite character. I gotta say, this is one of the most exciting chapters in all of Blue Lock. So many new things were revealed, and this new character is absolutely insane. There's a lot to talk about, so let's jump into it quick. Chapter starts with Isagi landing with a luggage in his hand, the biggest smile on his face. I don't think I've ever seen anyone this happy in Blue Lock. And he also got that windbreaker on. My boy is rocking that. It's revealed he's in Barcelona, Spain, and the box Ego sent him had plane tickets as well as match tickets, so Isagi is gonna be in the crowd this time around. His task again was to learn about the world's football firsthand, and Ego gotta be playing favorites. He sent Sendo to the battlegrounds and Fukaku to pain and suffering, but Isagi gets to travel the world. My glorious goat, though, deserves it all, as we see a smile on his face telling us he might as well do some sightseeing while he's here, and that there is tickets to England, Germany, and other countries as well, which could be something to look forward to later. Isagi traveling to other countries, possibly meeting new characters or rivals, even meeting some old ones. We'll see what happens. Anyways, today's game is the Spanish League's Copa del Rey final, FC Barça versus Chocorid, which is the same club Batra and Atoya chose in the NEL, but this time around it's their top team. Isagi is you and me in this panel, excited as hell before his stomach interrupts him, so he goes to get some food. And when he walks into the restaurant, the menu is in Spanish, so of course he can't translate or understand any of it. Coincidentally though, there is a mysterious man with the hat eating right next to him, so Isagi goes up saying hello like he Adele or something. And I just know Kaneshiro has the Anthony Mackie face right now, like he's trying to hide this guy in the background like he ain't important, but we all know better. Anyways, he turns to Isagi and says hello in Spanish, and we see that he has a scar across his face and over his eye. He really that one girl from Chainsaw Man. I actually kind of messed with this design. The scar is pretty cool. I've seen mixed reviews on it though. People already glazing him off his design alone, and people who think he ugly as hell, which is a bit harsh in my opinion. Isagi asks him what he's eating, and of course Mystery Man doesn't understand a single word, so Isagi hands him the interpretation earbuds. Be so for real, are you guys wearing earbuds from some random guy handing them to you? I know Isagi looks like the type of person who does no harm, but still, me personally, I'm staying safe. You never know. The Mystery Man puts the earbuds on anyway, so he can now hear Isagi ask him what he's eating, and it's some pasta paella. I gotta say, this looked good as hell, especially since I'm recording this while hungry. We enter to more of the interesting parts of the chapter though, as Isagi and the Mystery Man start sharing some interactions, with him asking Isagi where he's from and what he's doing here when he says he's from Japan. And Isagi starts telling him he's here for football and to learn more and more, to which the Mystery Man asks if he likes football. Asking Isagi if he likes football is like this Shamik Moore tweet. Isagi starts explaining to the minute details on why he loves football, from the tactics to the formations to the history of it. Bro even got his hands up talking, so you know it's serious, while the Mystery Man is just listening to it all. Isagi then talks about tonight's match and how he's excited for it, to which the Mystery Man just scoffs and says, "You're lucky." And look at my man's face when he hears this. What does "you're lucky" even mean, bro? He's just explaining something he likes. I don't know if this is a good thing to hear or a bad thing to hear, but this is a red flag. Isagi tries to ask him if he has one or two things he really likes too, and the guy just says he feels like he used to, but it's been a long time since he really understood himself. And then he says, when I see someone like Isagi who looks so happy, it makes him want to die. Yo, what? Bro said this with a smile on his face too. I'm not gonna lie, if I'm Isagi, I'm dipping on now. Just hearing this guy, he sounds like a villain. Isagi thinks he said something sensitive or wrong, so he apologizes, and the guy just says, nah, he was in the wrong and being overly sentimental. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm really confused here. Bro is saying one thing and then is saying another thing. I think Kaneshiro is trying to confuse us with this character. However, our genius Isagi tells him that ever since they first met, or Isagi first laid eyes on him, him, he's always had the saddest smile on his face. Now the mystery man is looking shocked himself, eyes wide and all. Isagi must have hit it right on the dot, but bro just smiles it off and says, what the heck, that's super rude. Yeah, all the tension is gone now. Isagi is smiling too, talking about how his face stuck with him. The guy gets up and says he'll go first, thanking Isagi for the fun time, adding to have a good football trip. Isagi thanks him and tries to order as well, but then he finds out he was getting trolled by the mystery man. At this point, there is two things we can assume about this guy. Number one is he is a knucklehead, that's for sure. And two, he's definitely not what he seems. Everything he said was very suspicious, as well as that unusual smile. It's game time though, and Isagi heads to the stadium in awe of the energy there, and we get a panel of a full house, which is honestly getting me hyped. I'm ready to see this game too. We see both teams enter, and on Barca's side, a familiar face. Lavinho is here, walking out with a little kid, a wholesome moment that's in regular real-life football as well. It's cool to see Lavinho again. I thought that we wouldn't see some of these characters for a very long time after the NEL ended. Isagi talks about how popular Lavinho is and how he really played in BLUELOCK. I gotta agree, like, it's casual and calm because he was in BLUELOCK, but on his home turf, there's a whole stadium for him. But this is the most interesting part of the chapter because Isagi is stunned and we get a big reveal that the mystery man from earlier is actually a player for Barca. Yeah, as readers, we could all guess this, but Isagi is just dumbfounded looking at his phone, and he realizes that the guy is a regular for Barca as well as a new Gen 11 player. That's right, folks. Another new Gen 11 player has just been revealed. We learn his name is Bunny Iglesias. He's a forward and 19 years old. At 191 centimeters, a second striker alongside Lavinho. It's not long till we see him in action as Lavinho calls out to him, hitting a pass. And y'all, this might just be a world record because Bunny Mario jumps like 1,000 feet into the air after Lavinho's pass and scores a goal in the first minutes. What did we just witness? Nah, we gotta get rid of bro. He scored a goal in record time combined with that earlier cryptic dialogue. He's actually a villain. He even hit a nonchalant goal celebration. So on top of being cracked, he's an aura farmer. It might just be cooked for us now. This guy is canonically the Duke Dennis of the BLUELOCK verse. I just know with this one goal and goal celly alone, Bunny got fans up the wazoo. Day one Glazers. The Bunny train is departing. Isagi is in awe at bro, wondering if he will be a rival he'll face in the U20 World Cup 2. And sound your alarms, y'all, because we cut to Itoshi Sae watching the game too. Oh my days. It's been 4 years since bro last appeared, which also just tells you how absurdly long the NEL was. But at least now we can take down the MIA posters. Sae ain't even my favorite character, and I'm jumping for joy like a kid on Christmas because I think he's one of the most interesting characters in the whole entire series, so it's cool to see him return. Going back to the panel though, when he sees Bunny on the screen, bro got the angriest look in his eyes. Folks, this is what we call generational hate watching, and this just hypes Bunny up even more because when have we seen Itoshi Sae with emotions on his face like this? The chapter ends off there though with yet another cliffhanger. These cliffhangers are actually killing me. We're left with one final blurb though, which says, in the abyss of his eyes, a boiling fighting spirit blazed fiercely. Amidst the intense clash with a powerful enemy once again, something stirs in Sae's heart. So yeah, what a chapter, man. Isagi traveling, another new Gen 11 revealed, Itoshi Sae's return. Let's start by addressing the elephant in the room, Bunny and Itoshi Sae. From what it seems, it looks like these two have had previous interactions or maybe even a beef. We know Itoshi Sae and his dreams were crushed, which is why he stopped pursuing the #1 striker. And this might just confirm that Bunny is the culprit of it all. So it's gonna be interesting to see why Sae is so mad or maybe their backstories. The blurb did say once again, so it's heavily implying that they did meet in the past. So it could be referring to that past, or it looks like the next chapters will be exploring that past. I'll talk about the next chapter in a second because I want to talk a little bit more about Bunny, the new Gen 11, and I gotta say he's very interesting. From his name and his unusually high jump, maybe that's his gimmick, like he can jump super high, win height battles, and just take shots from unrealistic areas. And if he really was the person who did humble Itoshi Sae, which does make sense with the dialogue earlier, talking about how he wants to die seeing people happy, then he must be really good. Narratively, he might be scaling above Sae. I mean, it is way too early to call it. We saw one play from bro, and me personally, I'm rooting for my boy Sae, but that seems to be the case at the moment. I'm very interested with his character and to see more of him. I think he's gonna be a big rival for the U20 World Cup, and we'll 100% see more of him in the next chapter, which is titled Arrogant Chicken. If I had to take a guess, this could be more about his personality, or maybe he meets with Isagi and talks about Sae. Hell, it might just be a Sae flashback. I do think the next chapter will be centered around Itoshi Sae. Since we left the chapter off on him, my biggest bet is a flashback where Bunny calls him an arrogant chicken. That's my prediction right now. And if he said that to Itoshi Sae, I really wonder how Bunny is gonna treat Isagi or any of the other blue lockers. Like, imagine what he'll say to Rin. He's 100% going to get in their heads like he did with Sae. With Sae back in the story as well, I really wonder what role he is going to be playing. Like, will he join the Japan U20, but they already have their top 23? Nagi is also a big mystery too, so what's really going on? The next few chapters will probably answer this all, which is why I'm super excited for these upcoming chapters. So much information from this chapter alone, and now a whole lot is gonna open up with Itoshi Sae being here. I do think I'll make a video predicting or going over the Bunny and Sae rivalry later on. This is just a chapter review, so I only glossed over it. Let me know your thoughts on this chapter as well. I know there was a whole lot, so what do you think of Bunny? How did Bunny and Sae interact? Any theories around that? Or if you're just excited to see Sae and Bunny? That about wraps it up though. If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with everything Blue Lock. YouTube also really thinks you'd like this video right here, so be sure to check that out. I appreciate you guys so much, and I'll see y'all in the next one.